Hey everyone, welcome back to another Yankee Town video. And the Yankees have been embarrassing lately, and something needs to change. So this team has just been so bad recently, and let's just go over this. So the Yankees are 1-9 in the last 10 games, and they're averaging under 3 runs per game in that 10-game stretch. And they got swept by the Tigers at home, and they lost 2 out of 3 to the Minnesota Twins, who don't have the best record, but their lineup is actually not bad, but they're still not the best team. And something needs to change. The Yankees need to stop with Anthony Volpe and Austin Wells, put them down to the minor leagues. This stat by John Boy Media that I heard earlier today says that Anthony Volpe has been the worst hitter in this amount of leash and play appearances as anyone in his first three, and anyone in 3 seasons in the MLB. So in Volpe's first 3 years, he got 1,886 plate appearances. He had a 222 average and a 283 on-base percentage in those 3 years. And Anthony Volpe is the only player in MLB history, that's over 100 years of MLB baseball right there, to have to have that bad of numbers. And if the whole team continues to do this bad, I think Boone and Cashman need to go. It's not Boone's fault that the team is just playing well. They aren't hitting, they aren't pitching well, and they aren't fielding well. They have a lot of unearned runs recently. But when the players say that there's a lack of focus, that Judge said that, Jazz, I think Bellinger, I think Garrett Cole, when the players on your team say that there's a lack of focus, I think that everyone's heads turn to the manager of the team, because why aren't they focusing? Focus on the game. What else could you possibly be focusing on? That's what Michael Kay was saying. What else could you possibly be focusing on? Focus on winning. I don't know what's so hard. And Austin Wells is so incredibly bad. I mean, I highly doubt he's watching this, but hopefully not. But he's so incredibly bad that he should not be in baseball. He should not be in baseball. Put him down to the minor leagues right now. He's batting like 150 with see how many RBIs does Wells have? 10 RBIs in 176 at-bats. 10 RBIs, and he has played 60 games. That's something like on pace for if he was to play a whole 162-game season, you'd have 25 RBIs, which is just terrible. Sorry, this lighting is a little bad. Just so bad. And Cody Bellinger, he'll eventually get out of it. He's a veteran player. He's a good hitter, but he's been in a really deep, bad slump too. Ben Rice was, but he has been picking it up a little bit recently as of late. And yesterday, Jazz got picked off while fixing his sliding mitt. He said he got picked off because he hurt his foot and he couldn't move it in time. He is playing today. But he can't do that. I don't care if your foot hurts. Just get back to the base. Don't take a huge lead then if you're fixing and putting on your sliding mitt. Also, there is food poisoning going around the Yankees clubhouse. And during yesterday's game, in Ryan Weathers' start, he threw up a few times during his start between innings. And so now they're doing bad. They're also sick. Apparently, Boone said 7 of them had it. This happened last week. I guess Weathers was still sick. He was still sick yesterday. And Paul Goldschmidt has also been in a bad slump too, 0 for 22. But Goldschmidt was so hot in June and late May. No one expected him to be that good. So now I guess it's going a little bit more to reality, but still, I still think being 0 for 22 can't happen. And the Yankees got swept by the Tigers at home, like I said earlier, and they got completely embarrassed by the Twins this weekend. And on the 4th of July, they put Brendan Beck out there, and he got lit up. They really, I don't think, tried that game. So Carlos Rodon, another thing, is injured now. Let's see. Carlos Rodon, I think, hurt like his elbow or something. Actually, not sure. I forget. Let's see. Yeah, left elbow inflammation, 15-day IL. And it looks like he won't be back until mid-August. Second elbow-related injury this season, which he had surgery on this offseason. Yeah, so they really need to fix this, and the injuries aren't helping. Stanton is not helping, eating up all that money on the contract. And we can't sign a lot of players because we're paying Stanton. Judge has also been out for a while. This injury is taking a lot longer than expected. Looks like late August now that he'll be back. Trent Grisham finally came back, and his injury wasn't too long, but and Ron McMahon, and Grisham homered in his first at-bat back, which is a good sign, and that's the game that they won. So maybe with Grisham, he can help the offense a little bit. But yeah, on 4th of July, it was terrible. It looked like they didn't even try. The lineup was awful. Let's look at this lineup. They had Anthony Volpe batting 5th. Dominguez, who hasn't been great, batting cleanup. Schumann in there. Schumann did homer, though, so he hasn't been bad. And Ali Sanchez hasn't been that bad, and I'd much rather him than Austin Wells. He's a righty, so he'll probably get all the starts against the lefty pitchers. Wells against the righties, which I would take Sanchez every single day, but they're not going to do that. Also, Camilo Doval, man, he's so bad. He's so awful. Look, I will give him this. I'm not trying to stick up for him or anything, but I will give him that a lot of his runs lately have been unearned because of the terrible Yankee defense. Like, let's see, in the last 3 games, on July 1st, he gave up 4 runs. Only 2 of them were earned. On 4th of July, Saturday, gave up 4 runs. None of them were earned. I think that was from like a Jazz Chisholm error. And then yesterday, Volpe made an error and 2 runs, both unearned. So his ERA has actually went down. His ERA was 4.96 on July 1st, and now it's down to 4.67. So even though it feels like he's pitching terrible, a lot of it has been a lot worse because of the defense. But because with those defense, he would have gotten 3 outs both times, and he would have got out of the inning. But then he just gave up like homers and a lot of big hits after that. So now it's time to turn it around. We have a very important 4-game series in Tampa against the Rays, and if the Yankees get swept, they will be 8 games out of the AL East. Because right now they're 4 games out. 4 games out of first place. And they at least need to split this series and take 2, I would say. It might not happen because the Rays have been playing very hot. They did lose the last 2 to the Astros, though. But still, you got to at least tie the series. And then the Nationals are next, which they're actually not that bad. They're actually 46 and 45. They have some good young talent. Luis Garcia Jr. has been on fire. You, of course, have James Wood and C.J. Abrams. There's some good pitching on that staff. So they're not that bad. And then after that is the All-Star break. And speaking of All-Stars, the All-Stars were announced on Saturday. And the Yankees All-Stars are Aaron Judge, but he can't play, so they're probably going to need to find someone to replace him. Cam Schlittler. And I don't know, did they say he's starting it? Most likely, but I'm going to look it up. I actually don't know if they said it. Is Cam Schlittler starting the All-Star game? He's an All-Star. They didn't say who's starting it yet. He is by far the best American League pitcher, so I would say probably. But he did have a bad game last game against Detroit. And also Cody Bellinger is an all-star who started off really hot, but still made it because the outfielders in the AL aren't really that great this year. And the other all-star was Ben Rice, who I think should start at first base. But for some reason, the fans voted Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I think the whole country of Canada just voted for him. But he actually isn't even playing because of a back injury. So now Nick Kurtz is starting, when I still think it should be Ben Rice. But Kurtz was second in voting. So fan voting isn't that great because a lot of times, the fans get it wrong. All right, now let's read off the lineup for tonight against the Rays. They play at 6:40 at Tropicana Field, 6:40 Eastern Time. As I'm recording this, it's in a little under an hour. So you have Cam Schlittler starting. You have to win this game. Schlittler has to have a bounce-back start and dominate. And you have Grisham leading off. Ben Rice DHing. Batting third, Paul Goldschmidt playing first base. Bellinger in left batting fourth. Dominguez in right batting fifth. Chisholm at second batting sixth. Jose Caballero batting seventh playing shortstop. Ron McMahon batting eighth playing third base. And Austin Wells catching batting ninth. I actually really like this lineup. I'm so happy that Volpe is out. So the bench today is Volpe, Rosario, Sanchez, and Schumann, which I like this lineup a lot. Wells is still bad, but it's against a righty pitcher, so they're not going to play Sanchez. Griffin Jax is starting for the Rays. He is 4-5 with a 3.45 ERA this year. He looks like a pretty decent starter, but I think we could hit him. So come on, Yankees, let's bounce back. Let's at least tie this series here. Let's win tonight, and let's go Yankees. Thank you for watching.